people join us. Bonjour tout le monde. Good morning. My name is Linda Barber, and I'm the branch manager here at the Ottawa branch. I would like to begin by recognizing that the Ottawa branch is located on the unceded territory of the Anishinaabe Algonquin Nation and has always held great historic, social, and spiritual significance for the Anishinaabe Algonquin people. Their culture and presence have nurtured and continue to nurture this land. Now, on behalf of the branch, I'm pleased to welcome you today to today's session, which is called Get Fit for the Open Road, Travel Ready Workouts. And our presenter is Michelle Bourdeau, head trainer at AIM Fitness and older adults fitness specialist. Michelle's going to guide us through a workout that you can do while you're in the car, sitting on the road, and when you get to your travel destination to help you combat the stiffness, cramps, and sore muscles that many of us get in the car and on plane trips. Now, I want to give a special welcome to everybody here and anybody who is not yet a member of our association. We hope that these webinars will inspire you to join us. And to our members, we hope that you will find these webinars very valuable and encourage you to maintain your membership. I also want to mention that we now offer closed captions in both English and French. And to access this feature, you go down to the bottom of your screen, move your mouse around to get to see the Zoom toolbar. And what you need to do is click on the app, it says Show Captions. And then you can just click on the arrow next to that and select Translate and pick the language that you would like to read. We're very proud to be able to do this. Finally, if you have any questions for Michelle during the presentation or at any point, just type them into the Q&A box. And after the presentation is over, then she will go through them and make sure that you get answers. Now, that's all from me for now. So I'll pass it over to Michelle.
Thank you, Linda. Hello, everyone. I'm glad that you're joining us today on this beautiful sunny day. I appreciate you coming in and spending some time with me. Today, we are going to do a workout. It's going to be a different kind of workout. We're going to split it up into two different groups. One will be for what you can do in the car while you're en route. And the other one, it's going to be an easy workout that you can do anywhere at any time. No equipment necessary, just a chair, or a bed, or a couch, or a counter. That's all you'll need. So today we will use, if you have them, so I'll give you a couple of seconds to go run and get them. If you have a resistant band, it could be a loop band, or it could be an open-ended TheraBand. So if you have either one of those, you can go and grab them, and also your chair. So in the meantime, while you're grabbing those, I'm gonna start with a nice, easy warm-up. We're just gonna stand up tall, shake everything out, let our spine get relocated and nice and straight. And we're just gonna roll our shoulders. I'm gonna start going by backwards. Good. We're gonna take nice deep breaths in and out. It doesn't matter whether you go in your nose, out your mouth, or out your mouth, in your nose. Just breathe. The most important thing, our bodies need our breath. So don't hold your breath. Good, let's go forward with those shoulders. Again, taking those deep breaths. Good. So we're gonna take it nice and wide, and we're gonna bring our chin down to our chest. So your shoulder rolls and your neck stretches can be done in the car. They can be done on a plane. They can be done at your desk while you're on the couch. Wherever you are, you can do them. Looking up. First and foremost, always listen to your body. If your body is telling you it doesn't feel good or it doesn't feel right, don't continue to do that exercise. Good, coming down to the center. One more time, chest, chin to chest. Keeping those shoulders down and relaxed. Good, center, and then looking up. Good. Perfect. Coming back to center. We're going to take our chin and we're going to look over the shoulder. We're going to use our eyes and go over that shoulder for a little further. Perfect. Feeling that stretch right on the side of the neck. Bringing it back to center and over to the other side. Again, looking over your shoulder with your eyes. And you can feel that nice stretch. Good. Coming back to the center. We're going to do the same kind of stretch, a different variation. You're going to bring your chin to your armpit. So you're going to take your chin, bring it to your armpit, and then you're going to bring your head down. You're going to place your hand on your head gently and just gently pull. So again, you're going to feel that stretch on the side of your neck. Good. Making sure that other shoulder stays down. Excellent. Release that hand from your head. Slowly lift that neck up. Good. We're going to go to the other side. So chin to armpit, ear to shoulder, hand on head, and gently pull. Drop the shoulder and drop this shoulder. So depending on the varying pain or neck stiffness that you have, you can do either of these stretches, whichever one you find more beneficial. And just hold it for a couple of seconds, a couple of deep breaths, release your hand, lift your head up. Good. I like to do just a little circle, kind of just right in the middle after that one, because I do find that it does stretch pretty good. Good. We're going to keep our hands now on our hips, and we're going to open up nice, a little wider, nice and wide. And we're going to rotate our hips forward, pushing our bum and our hips forward, feeling that stretch in the hip flexor, taking it around. As you go back, you're going to feel that in the hamstrings and around. Good. So we're going to pretend we have a big hula hoop around our waist, and we're going to do a hula hoop. So these are excellent exercises and stretches for if you've been in a car for a long time and you're getting to a rest stop. Feel free. I mean, get out and do a nice big circle. Good, and go the other way. Perfect. Our bodies will love you for stretching after sitting. Good. Beautiful. You might feel it more in the hamstring than in the hip flexors, depending on what your body is going through at the time. Good. We're going to take it here and just bring our feet in. Feet together, knees together, hands on our knees, and we're going to rotate knees and ankles at the same time. Good. Perfect. And what we do one way, we always do the other. So go the other direction. Perfect. Good. We're going to stand up nice and tall. We're still going to open up those legs a little bit. And I just want you to hip hinge. So you're going to, hip hinging is just bending from the hips, pushing your bum back. And I just want you to just let your arms dangle. So however far you can go. If you can touch the floor, great. If you can't, not a worry. Keep your knees soft. Just kind of let them dangle. You can do circles from here, releasing the shoulders, going one direction, and then going the other. Think of an egg beater. You're just doing one and the other. If you find you've been in the car or on a plane for a long time, you can put your hands together, interlace your fingers, push them down and round your back. Tuck your chin into your chest, round your back. Good. And lift it up. We're going to bring those feet together and we're going to go to the side. Good. Feeling this through the side of your body, a little bit into the back to the center, and over to the other side. Good. Trying not to hold your breath. We tend to do that. We don't want to do that. Good. So we can bring those hands down and we can interlace them in the back And you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to bend forward and lift them up. So really getting into the shoulders. We can feel that in the hamstrings, in the back of the legs, into the knees. Good. And then you can release and just let them swing, open and close. Good. All right, coming up, we're going to stand up nice and tall. If you're standing beside your car and you can keep your hand on the roof of the car or the door or whatnot, you're just going to go up on your heel, up on your tippy toes and down. So heel raise, up and down. Now, if we're suffering from osteoporosis, which is going to be maybe acting up a little bit because we've been in the same position and we're getting stiff, you can go up nice and high on your toes, keep your balance, and then drop down. Let your body weight vibrate through your bones. So you're literally letting all your weight fall down. But the vibrations help your bones. And if you're doing this right now and you find that maybe you have a little sore spot in your shoulder, the vibrations will go and kind of help work them out a little bit. So just up on your tippy toes and down, up on your tippy toes and down. Even if you don't have osteoporosis, the vibrations is good for your bones. So it's not a bad thing to do. Good. So from here, we're just gonna alternate heel, toe, heel, toe. So essentially, all we're trying to have happen here is our blood starts to circulate better. Our lymphatic system starts to kick in, our blood starts pumping, our heart is working, and we're getting warmer, we're not cold anymore, and everything is starting to drain. So if you have like swelling in your legs or your feet, this is a good thing to do just to kind of help pump that blood back and circulate it through. Good. All right. So we're going to rotate our ankles. Again, you can do this sitting down. So if you're in the car or on a train or on a plane, you can sit down and you can rotate. This will not affect anyone else around you. If you're in a car and you're stopped at a rest stop, you can stand up beside the car and do it. Good. Making sure you go both directions. Beautiful. And let's do the other side. So if you're out, you can do it while you're balancing. Work your balance a little bit at the same time. Good. And then the other way. All right. And then we're just going to shake it out. So we're going to assume we're in a car, let's say. I'm going to grab my bands and we're sitting in the car. We're going to start with car exercises and then we'll go into when we arrive at our destination. So our first exercise, we're in a car, we have very limited space. We understand that. If you're on a plane, you might have a passenger on either side of you, but you can always bring out your little mini band or your other band and you can just kind of pull apart. If they're sleeping, you can go in front of them, they won't know. Or if you're in the car, you have a little bit more space. But you're just gonna pull that band apart. So you can do that with the mini band, or if you have a TheraBand, same thing. You make it as tight as you need to, and you can pull it apart. Right here. Good. So if you want to go wider, you can go wider. Good. Perfect. I'm going to switch back to my mini band. Good. So from the mini band, you can take the mini band and slip it over your foot all the way up to your thigh and grab it in your palm, which is facing forward or upward, and you can do bicep curl right here. Nobody is being affected by it. They might ask you, can I borrow your band after? Because that looked like a really good workout. So maybe if you're nice enough, you'll lend it to them. But you can do your bicep curl right here. If you have the long band, you can still do it. Just wrap it around your leg. Good. So you can do 10 to 20 repetitions, depending on how long your flight is, or you can do 5 or 10 and then redo it again a little bit later on. So then let's switch. We're going to go to the other leg. So again, slipping it underneath your foot all the way up to your thigh. Once it's on your thigh, you're going to put it down flat on the chair. Your palm is facing up. You have your band in there, make a fist, and now just pull that arm up. You want to try to anchor your elbow to your side so you're not moving the shoulder and you're really concentrating on that bicep. Good. Perfect. So again, 10, 15, 20 repetitions, whatever feels good for you, whatever you have time for. Today we're going to do 15. Good. A couple more. 1 and 2. Good. So then we're going to slip it off of our foot. After every exercise, take a minute and roll your shoulders. Okay, give the love back to your body. Good. All right, so if we're sitting again in the chair, we're gonna keep that hand, both hands in front. I like to loop it just around my thumbs. If you have carpal tunnel, you can go around the wrist and then grab hold of it with your palms. And you're just gonna pull back. So we're gonna do one arm at a time, just pulling back. If you're in a plane, this one might be a little bit more difficult because your elbow does kind of splay out. But if you're in a car, you're perfectly fine. Or on a train or a boat, you might be fine. Good. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. You can give it a little wiggle and then we'll switch to the other side. If you're in a car, watch out for the driver. We don't want them to get hurt. So make sure if you can, maybe just shift a little bit in your chair so that you have the space that you need and pull back. Good. 2, 3, really engaging that core. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Good. Wiggle it out. Good. So we've done our arms. They're doing pretty good. So let's bring it back to our legs. We're going to slip it over both of our feet and we're going to have it around just above our knees. You might need to come to the edge of your chair. So if you're in the car, just kind of slip forward. Even if you're on the plane, I know there's not a lot of room in front of you, but you can probably just shift yourself forward. Keeping your feet together, you're just going to pull apart. So nice clamshell, allowing the hips to open and work. Again, if you have the long band, you just wrap it around, hold it with one hand at whatever tension you want it, and just open those legs. So I'll show you with the band. You have options. You can just wrap it around. I like to tie it and then hold it, and then you're just going here. Or if it's long enough, you can double it up and then slip it through and then pull both between so that it's nice and tight for you. And then all you have to do from there is just kind of keep the extra out of the way. Okay, but just holding it here. So we're starting to really feel that nice pull in our hips. We're getting into our glutes. This is wonderful. Good. Perfect. All right, we'll finish with that one. Then I'm going to go back to my mini band. You can keep it where you had it on your knees. And from here, you can sit back in your chair and you can lean back. I'll let you do that. As long as you engage your core, you can lift one leg up, then the other. So you're doing this under load. The resistance is going to make it a little bit more challenging. If you don't have a band, you don't need one. You can do this exercise. You can do your clamshell without any band at all. Even your biceps. If you have a water bottle, you can do your biceps with that. You don't necessarily need equipment. It's just a matter of moving that body. Good. So we're just marching. Perfect. So if you have that bigger band, you keep it where it was, doubled up or tied around, and you're still just marching. Good. Feeling our core nice and tight, but we're feeling that through the core too. It's getting exercise. Good. You can always stop, keep your band here. In your chair, you can lift both feet up, getting the core. Good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Feeling that core working. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Good. Feeling it a little bit in the hip flexors on that one. So we're going to take that band, slip it off one of our legs, and we're going to keep it on one foot. I'm going to turn sideways so you can really see what I'm doing. I'm going to keep my heel on the floor, and I'm going to take my band and put it right around the pad, the top pad of your foot. Okay, so if you have shoes, more around your toes. If you're barefoot or you have sandals and you slip them off, just put them around the top pad, okay? And you're gonna come to the edge of your chair. You can bring your band over your knee, keeping your heel down, and we're just going to tap the foot. So getting into the shin of our foot and working the calf. If you put your hand on your calf, you'll feel that muscle contract and relax. And you can just tap, if you have a good song on in the car, turn it up and just tap. And then say, okay, well, I did one side. That was a great song. I need another song. And put another good song on. And then tap that foot. Good. You're going to feel this in the ankle. This will also help with swelling. Good. Perfect. Let's take it to the other side, because what we do to one side, we always do to the other. So we're just going to slip that band over the toes and then just kind of anchor it on the knee and then tap. So the higher you have it on your toes, the more you'll feel it. Good. So even if you're in the car and you're at a rest stop and you go to a picnic table after, you've driven and you're like, now is the time for lunch. This is how I travel. Not everyone travels the same, but I like to go sit on the picnic table, get some fresh air, get out of the car, and then have my lunch. So you can do this while you're having some fresh air. Again, nobody will even notice. They're all caught up in themselves. They won't see you doing it. A lot of times people get nervous about stretching or doing exercises in front of people, but honestly, everyone's just trying to get to where they're trying to go. They're not paying any attention, but you're getting all the benefit. So it's worth it. Good. Perfect. So you can do that for however long you feel that you need to. We're going to stop here and we're going to do one more for our arms. So this one is more for if you're in a car, not so much in a plane because you don't have that much space, but you can bring your arms up and you can pull down. So just kind of like you were going to shoot an arrow into the sky. Okay, so keep one arm up and pull the other one down. Good. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Good. So again, wiggle it out. You can do a nice little figure 8 with your band, just to kind of stretch it out. Or you can just do circles. And then we do the other side. So extend that other arm up and pull that other arm down. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Good. Wiggle it all out. So that takes care of traveling en route. So you have your little mini band or your other band, and you can do all of those exercises. You can do, like I said, 10 to 20 repetitions, and you can do them whenever you want. So you can do 5, 10, 15 in the morning, every 2 hours, whatever feels good for you. Just make sure you stretch it out in the middle. All right, so then we get to our destination. And we're kind of like, you know what? I miss doing my exercises. I want to stay active. I'm still walking or I'm still doing other things, but I still want to get my muscles moving. So as long as you have a chair or a bed or a counter or a wall or a floor, you're good. It's like everything that you need is in one room. We're going to start with push-ups. So push-ups are a great way to get the chest, the back, the shoulders, the arms. You have many, many, many options. You can use the wall and you do your 3 steps. Away from the wall, open it up, hands by your shoulder. You're going to fall to the wall and you're going to do your push-ups. So I'll show you push-ups on the wall. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to turn a little bit. So here's my wall. I put my foot against the baseboard. Then I put my other foot behind, touching my heel. I pull the front foot back and I put it against the heel in front of it. And then I open it up, however wide you would like. Hands at your shoulders, and you're just going to kind of extend them and let them fall forward. Once you're on the wall, I want you just to slightly turn your fingers into each other. Not a lot, but just a little bit. And now all you're going to do is let your body fall and you push it away. Good. I'm going to do 5 and I'll show you another option. Good. 4 and 5. Most important thing to remember when you do a wall push-up, you move your hips with you. So I see sometimes people just do the upper body and they're just kind of, their bums and their hips don't move. You have to let your whole body move forward. That's where you're going to get the best benefit because now you're moving your whole body weight. So you can do it on a wall, move you over this way, or you can do it on a chair. So if you have a chair or a bed or a counter, a little bit more of an incline, you can do your push-ups here. So you're going to go down and up. So you get into a nice plank position and you just go down and up. Good. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so you can do that. Now, if you're more eager and you want to really get a good workout, you can go down to the floor, and we have obviously different options for the floor. So I'll go sideways so you can see. You can do on your knees. You're just going to let your body fall forward and you're going to do push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. I would like to see if you can do a nice child's pose after you do a push-up on the floor. Just helps your whole back and everything. Now from here, if you're really, I really want to pump some weight here, you can do it on your toes. So you're going to go up on your toes and you can push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back and do a nice child's pose. Stretch it out. Good. So that is your push-ups. You can do any variation as long as you have a little bit of space privately. You can do it however many you want. You can even do all different. You can start on the wall, go to the chair, go to the floor, and then do a little circuit that way. Whatever suits you. Now, we've done our upper body. We got to worry about the legs because our legs are going to walk. We're going to go tour. We're going to travel. We're going to sightsee. So let's do some lunges. Again, grab your chair for balance. If you don't need it, that's fine. If you do, use it. We're just going to do a nice, easy forward lunge. So you're going to step forward and bend both legs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's a forward one. We'll do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. So we've got the front side of our legs. We can shake it out. You guys are going to be so ready for your day of touring. We're going to go nice and wide. Another variation of a lunge, side lunge. So all you're going to do is take your hand, touch your toe. Make sure you have space. Don't hit yourself on a chair. So you're just going to reach for your toes. 1. Good. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Feeling that now in our inner thigh, feeling it in our glutes. We're going to shake it out. Good. Then there's the reverse lunge. So we're going to come forward. We're going to take a step back and go down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6. That one got an extra one. Shake it out. I only wanted to do 5. All right, we're going to do 6 on the other side to make it even. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Shake it out. All right. So we have done upper body. We have done legs. Now we have to worry about our core. So back to your chair, back to your counter, back to your bed, whichever suits you. We're going to go into a plank. Everyone normally goes, plank? Yes, a plank. There's 2 different options you can do on a chair, and I'll show you 2 different options on the floor. So you can just have your chair or your bed or your counter, and you're just going to walk your feet back. So you're going to keep your hips, no bums in the air, hips down, shoulders down and relaxed, core is tight, no arch in your back. And you're just going to hold it here. You could hold it here for 15 seconds. You can hold it for 30 seconds, 45, a minute, whatever suits you, okay? So you can hold it here. We'll do 15 seconds. Make sure you're not arching too low and you're not up too high. And then you can come up, shake it out, shake your arms out. Okay, remember this is a core exercise, so you really got to keep that core tight. Now, another option, if you find it too difficult to stay on your hands because you have wrist issues or shoulder issues, that's fine. Take it down to your forearms. So go onto your chair, put your forearms, get back into that nice plank position, nice and flat, and hold it here. You could put a pillow on underneath your elbow so it doesn't hurt, and just hold it for 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good, come on up. Shake it out, okay? And you can do that 2 or 3 times. Now, if you want, you can do the same options on the floor. So we can start off with on our knees, on our forearms, and just hold it here. Okay, so 15 seconds this way. If you want a little bit more, you can stay on your forearms. You can go on your toes, right here. Okay, if you want more, you can go back onto your knees and go on your hands. Hold it here. Core is tight, back is flat. Now, if that's too easy, you have the option of just a regular plank. On your hands, solid, core is tight, and just holding it here. Good. Again, when you're done those, nice child's pose. Even if you've done it on the chair, do a child's pose. Just back up, round your back, and stretch. You gotta give the love back to your body. All right, so now we've gotten core. Now we wanna do a little bit of cardio, just to kind of keep things going. So I'll show you the first one, burpees. I know everyone at home now is saying, nope, I don't do burpees. I'm gonna give you options. You can definitely do a burpee. All you're gonna do, standing in front of your chair, you're gonna go hand down, step out, step in, and up. Okay, so down, step, in, and up. Down, step, in, stand up. Okay, so we'll do 3 more of these. Good. 2. Here's your last one. In, stand up. You just did a burpee. Congratulations, even though you thought you couldn't. Now, if you're a little bit more active and you want to do a regular burpee, we're not going to do a push-up. We're not going to do a jump. All we're going to do is hip hinge, bend your knees, touch the floor, step out, step in, step up. Good. Again, down, out, in, up. That was 2. Down, out, in, step up. 3. Good. 4, last one. And 5. Good, wiggle it out. Again, you do not need a lot of space. You do not need equipment. This is excellent for when you're traveling. Wiggle it out, wiggle it out. Now, if you're like, okay, didn't really get my cardio up, my heart rate's still the same, I want a little bit more. Perfect. Let's do more. Let's do high knees. So this is hips. You can add a variation, bring your arms up. You can add a variation. You can bring it with if you did travel and you brought your band, bring it here, pull it out. Okay, you can pull it down as you're marching. You can bring those high knees a little higher and tap them, okay? And make them faster. If you make them faster, make it smaller. And again, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute, however long you want to do it. Good. So that heart rate starts coming up. Good. Now, if you want to bring it up a little bit more because you're like, meh, this is just not cutting it for me, bring that elbow to knee, getting a little bit more twisting in it, getting our core, elbow to knee. Good. Perfect. If you find you're still not getting that cardio, let's bring it into a jumping jack. You can just go out to the side, side step, swing those arms. Good. Again, not a lot of space. If still not getting that heart rate up, you can do a jumping jack. Good. If you're still not getting that heart rate up, another variation is just jump and touch the floor. Or you can jump and touch the chair. Out, tap, 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 or down to the floor. Okay, that will get your cardio going. Now, if you've done everything with me, grab a little sip of water because we need to remember it's important to have our water. I don't know about you, but my cardio is up. A little bit out of breath. So take some nice deep breaths and catch your breath. All right. So we've now done our chair plank and we're comfortable with it. We're like, you know what? I like the chair. It's not so bad. I can do quite a bit on it. Well, let's take it down and now drive a knee to the chair. So you're doing a mountain climber. You're in that plank position and you're just driving that knee. Okay. You can also do that on the floor, but you can do it on the wall too. So if you're on the wall, you're going to go into your push-up position and just drive that knee towards the wall. As you drive the knee, you're going to use your hands and push back against that knee coming forward. So you're going to feel that in the core. Okay. And again, if you want, you can go down onto the floor nice and carefully and safely. And you can go up on your toes and just drive your knees. Perfect. So there's 3 different options just for one exercise. And you can try all 3 or 2 or only 1. But you can swap them out and see. Maybe in the morning you have a little bit more energy. You can do it on the floor or incline. At the end of the day, you're like, I want to get another workout in, but I just don't have the energy. Go to the wall. You're still going to impact the core muscles. You're still going to use those arms. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. All right. So we're missing one of the most basic things that we can do while we are traveling, and that is squats. So working our legs. We can start nice and easy. If we're stiff, just a nice, easy sit to stand. Okay, just standing and sitting. Standing and sitting. Now, you know that you do this already multiple times in the day. Every time you go to the bathroom, every time you go to a table to sit and eat, every time you get into a car, every time you get out of a car. So we're already doing sit to stands. But what we're not doing, which is more effective when we do them, is we're doing a whole bunch at the same time, just consecutive. So we're building up that muscle memory and building up the muscles in the hips and in the quads. We want to be able to do this every day, and we want to be able to do it without using our hands, if we can. Okay, so you can do them that way with the chair, and you can do them just your own body weight and going down and coming up. Good. Down and up. Remember your breath. Good. Just up and down. You can do this while you're watching TV, the night news, while you're talking to the family, while they're back home and you're on your trip. Lots of times you can do this. Good. And then there's other options. So you can make it more fun. You can do a squat to a heel raise and then down. Squat to a heel raise and down. Up and down. Up and down. If you're doing it in a chair and I want a little bit more, you can do a sit to stand to a knee tap. Sit to stand, knee tap. Okay, just getting a little bit more creative with the same exercise. Good. Or sit to stand with a heel raise. You can do that too. Beautiful. All right. We'll do one more and sit. Have a seat. Shake that body out. Wiggle out those legs. Give them a nice tap and say thank you. Thank you for holding me up. You're doing a great job. All right. So we have our chair. We like our chair. We're going to sit on the edge of our chair and we're going to lean back. This feels too good to be true. It is. I'm not letting you stay here. What you're going to do, if you need to, you can put your hands underneath the chair to hold on. You're going to lift both legs up together and touch the floor. Up and touch. What I don't want you to do is push with your feet. Okay, I don't want you to push. I want you to really think about your core and say, okay, you are going to activate. You are what's going to lift my legs up and put them down. Lift them up, put them down. Now your hands are under your chair, which is good, it's fine. However, I do not want you to lift with your arms. Do not hold on with a death grip. It's just there to help stabilize you. And you're just going to lift and lower. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. You can do that in the car at the same time. No worries. You can do that on the plane. Just kind of do nice little itty bitty ones. But when you're done, I want you to put your hands on your knees. I want you to do a nice, easy seated cat-cow. So you're just going to keep your back flat, bring your chest to the floor. When you're as low as you can, I want you to tuck your chin into your chest, use your hands on your knees and push up and round that back and come back up. Good. Do it again. Down, tuck it in, push up, round. Beautiful. One more time. Down, tuck it in, round, and push up. Good. So you can do a couple of sets of those. 5, 10, a couple of times, two sets. Now, when we get to our destination, we tend to be stiff and tired, but we can still do a nice, easy leg raise. So you're going to sit all the way back in your chair. You're just going to lift your leg, flex your foot, and bring it down. So up and down, up and down. You're just straightening your knee and bending your knee. That's all you're doing. You're going to feel that quad really tighten as you push your hamstring into the chair. So you're just going to go up and down, up and down. Perfect. Not a lot of effort has to go into this, but your legs will be thankful. Good. We'll do 5 more here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Shake it out. And then we always do the other side. So here's the other side. Flex, 1, 2, 3. If you put your hand on it, you'll be able to feel that quad really contract. Good. 5 more from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Shake it out. Excellent, excellent. Now we might as well keep staying in our chair because we like it. So we're gonna sit at the front of our chair. Not too far, you don't wanna fall off, but you don't wanna be too close to the back. You're gonna cross your hands over your chest. You're gonna, again, focus on your core. We're gonna do a reverse sit-up, going back and coming forward. Going back and coming forward. Again, this is also good for in the car or on the plane. You can do it, reverse and forward. Feel that core tighten up and just really work for you here without touching the back of the chair. You might even feel your core quiver. When you do, or if you do, stay there, hold it for a second, and just let that core quiver and work, and then come back up. Good. It feels great. Perfect. Good. We'll do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Shake it out. All right. So we always can do exercises and stretches on our bed in the morning and at night. So I'm going to show you some of those, especially if you've been walking all day. You might find that you're tight, your hips are sore, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to pretend my floor is your bed. If you want to do it on the floor, you can definitely do it on the floor. But you're going to go onto your bed and you're going to put your feet together and just butterfly your legs out. Okay, so you're on your bed. You don't have to be on the floor. Good, and just butterfly. So getting into the hip flexors, feeling that in the hips. Good. And we're gonna go down onto our back. We're gonna lift our knees up, go sideways for you. And you're just gonna pull those knees into your chest. So you can put your head on the pillows and you're gonna pull those knees into your chest. Pulse it, hold, and then release. Pull it in and release. This also releases the lower back. So it's very good. And then from here, you're gonna extend your arms out and you can fall over to one side. Now, the flexibility for this one varies person to person, but if you can, try to keep your shoulders on the bed. Good. So I like to hold it first on one side, then pull it back in, and then hold it on the other side. When you do this, you're also going to feel this stretch through the shoulders. Nothing wrong with that. Perfect. And now, once you're done that, you can go alternating side to side. This is called wipers or window shield wipers. You're just going to go side to side. As you do this, every time you kind of go through the middle, you give your lower lumbar a little massage. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna straighten one leg out. And we're just going to lift one up and bring it back down. So again, this one varies person to person depending on how tight your hamstrings are. If your hamstrings are really tight, you won't be able to go far without your knee bending. But I want you to really focus on keeping that knee straight if you can. If it's tight, you're going to feel it all the way through the calf and down the hamstring. Good. And then switch to the other side. Good. Make sure your suitcase is off the bed so you don't flip it off and have to try to repack it all. Just up and down. Good. Perfect. And then depending on how flexible and how much you want, you can do and to go into a nice little easy bridge. So pushing your feet down into the bed, lifting your bum up, getting into that upper back now, and just lifting up and down, up and down. Good. Let's do two more. One and two. Good. We're going to roll back up. If you're in bed and it's the end of the day, you are now set to have a nice, beautiful sleep. If you are ready to go, you're going to get up and you're going to enjoy the rest of your day and sightsee and tour and do whatever it is that you're doing. I hope you enjoy that. I hope it was helpful. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Thank you so much, Michelle. That was wonderful. I have a feeling that I'll be able to recognize branch members in airports all over Canada because they'll be the ones sitting here. But remember, don't clock anybody with your elbows. I don't think they have had a chance to put any questions in because they've all been just so closely doing what you've been doing. And I got to say, it's just tremendous, your advice, and even in bed, just to stay active and keep the muscles warm and working and to feel better. I think it's just wonderful. So I don't think we're going to get any questions this time around. So I'm just going to close us off then. But again, thank you for your inspiration. Oh, wait a minute. We got one. Let's just see. All righty. Let's just see. Where are they? Oops. Now, can you type it in the Q&A box? That's where we need the question to go. I don't see it. Oh, it's a hand raised. Yeah, we're not doing oral questions. So if you could just type it in the Q&A box, there we go. Can you provide a sheet with the exercises? Well, we've got the video is taped. So we're going to put the tape on our website. So you'll be able to watch it over and over again. Right, Michelle? Yep.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay. Well, again, thank you for your motivation and your inspiration. And we're just so grateful to be working with you and with Meg. And we know with the incredible number of members that always sign up and return how popular this is. For those of you in the audience, please be on the lookout for our follow-up email, and it'll contain the link to this recording, as well as more information on AIM Fitness and the special discount that you, our members, get to enjoy with virtual online classes. When you exit the Zoom, please take a minute. It won't take long to just fill out the evaluation form you'll be presented because we really appreciate your feedback. Remember that you can invite non-members to any of our events, and we encourage you to do so. The idea is, hopefully, they will be so impressed that they'll decide to join us. And we're always looking to grow. So let's keep our fingers crossed. And if you want to register for something coming up, just go to our website, nafrottawa.com, N-A-F-R Ottawa.com, and that'll be in the follow-up email. And you can register yourself for a guest for coming up webinars. For example, June 18, we've got Hélène Charlebois, who's a registered dietitian, and she's going to speak about meno and menopause and how nutrition affects the aging process. And you can register right now because it's open for registration on our website. So again, thank you so much, Michelle. It's been wonderful. And to everybody else, until the next time, à bientôt.
Thank you.
Bye now. There we go.